Have you ever wondered how it's possible to manufacture billions of LED lights each year, all nearly identical, precise and efficient, from components so small they can barely be seen with the naked eye? Behind every LED bulb that illuminates homes, streets and screens is a high-tech industrial process where precision is measured in micrometers and any error can ruin thousands of units. In this video, we dive into a massive factory to discover how tiny semiconductor chips are transformed, step by step, into one of the most important light sources in the modern world. For over a century, humanity accepted an expensive trade-off, consuming enormous amounts of energy to get a limited amount of light. From Thomas Edison's incandescent bulbs, which generated intense heat while glowing, to mercury-laden fluorescent lamps, society needed an alternative that was more efficient, longer-lasting and much cleaner. It was in this context that LED technology was born. However, in its early decades, its capacity was limited. For a long time, LEDs were only used as small red indicator lights on control panels and electronic devices, while general lighting was still dominated by traditional technologies. The real challenge was to achieve an efficient blue LED. If that could be done, everything would change. In 1994, Japanese engineer Shuji Nakamura discovered a semiconductor material capable of emitting blue light stably. This breakthrough allowed the creation of white light and marked the beginning of a new era in the history of lighting. Each LED lamp begins with a semiconductor chip, and to manufacture that chip, industrial plants start with crystalline substrates, usually made of sapphire. But before any crystal can be processed, it must be worked on in an extremely controlled environment. The entire manufacturing area functions as a large-scale cleanroom, where a single microscopic particle of dust can ruin thousands of chips simultaneously. Engineers and technicians must wear special one-piece suits, hoods, masks, gloves, and anti-static footwear. Before entering, they pass through high-pressure air showers designed to remove any remaining contaminants. Once the required conditions are met, the sapphire substrates are placed into epitaxial reaction chambers that operate at extremely high temperatures. In these chambers, gases containing gallium and nitrogen are injected. These gases flow over the surface of the sapphire and deposit atom by atom, forming ultra-thin crystalline layers, completely invisible to the human eye. Through this process, specialized semiconductor layers are created and stacked in an extremely precise order, resulting in the structure known as the p-n junction. It is at this junction where, when electric current flows, charged particles collide and release energy in the form of light. At this point, the LED light is born at the atomic level. After the epitaxial growth, the wafer appears smooth and reflective, like a mirror. However, on its surface, there are already millions of semiconductor structures that still cannot emit light functionally. To turn these structures into operational LED chips, the wafer must undergo the photolithography process. In an environment illuminated with controlled yellow light, the surface is coated with a photosensitive material called photoresist. Then, ultraviolet light is projected through a high-precision mask, drawing microscopic patterns with micrometer accuracy. The unwanted areas are removed, leaving a complex network of ultra-thin circuits. Next, the wafer is placed into a vacuum chamber, where an extremely thin metal layer is deposited to form the electrical contacts. At this stage, the entire wafer has become a massive circuit board of light-emitting circuits, containing tens of thousands of LED chips manufactured simultaneously. When the microstructure is fully formed, a crucial stage begins: the separation of the chips. Although the wafer looks uniform, it is actually a microscopic map made up of thousands of identical chips arranged with geometric precision. To separate them, the factory uses high-energy laser systems with extremely precise focus. The laser follows pre-calculated cutting lines and divides the wafer into thousands of tiny square chips, minimizing internal stresses and possible fractures. Each resulting chip measures just a few tenths of a millimeter, smaller than the tip of a needle. Despite their size, each contains a complete light-emitting region, semiconductor layers, and a functional p-n junction. At this scale, a microscopic fracture is enough to render the chip useless. Therefore, immediately after cutting, the chips go through an automated inspection system where they are briefly powered on to check color and voltage. Defective ones are discarded instantly. After the cutting process, the chips remain attached to a flexible carrier film. In this state, robotic systems cannot manipulate them with the necessary precision. Therefore, the film is introduced into an expanding machine that applies uniform tension in all directions, separating the chips and creating a perfectly ordered pattern. This expanded film is transferred to an automatic placement system. Each chip is fixed onto a metal support with two terminals, the positive anode and the negative cathode. A dosing machine deposits an exact amount of thermally conductive adhesive, which functions to fix the chip and dissipate heat. Industrial cameras identify the exact coordinates of each chip and each metal terminal, allowing them to be placed with deviations of just a few micrometers. The robotic arm performs thousands of operations per second. It picks up, rotates, aligns, and deposits each chip with extreme precision. A deviation of only 20 to 30 micrometers can affect the color or reduce the LED's lifespan. Once placed, the supports go through a thermal curing oven that permanently sets the adhesive. Then the chips are moved to the wire bonding machine. Here, gold wire with a purity of 99.99% and a diameter between 18 and 25 micrometers is used, several times finer than a human hair. Using heat and ultrasonic energy, a small gold sphere is formed and bonded to the chip's electrode. The wire is carefully arched and connected to the metal terminal, creating a stable electrical connection. This process is repeated thousands of times per second with extreme precision. After this stage, each bond is inspected under high magnification microscopes. Only chips with perfect connections continue. Then, the LEDs move to the phosphorus coating area. Phosphorus powders are weighed with analytical scales capable of measuring up to 0.0001 grams. Depending on the desired color temperature, different yellow, orange, and pink phosphors are mixed in exact proportions. This mixture is dispersed into a liquid epoxy resin and deposited onto each chip in volumes of just 0.00003 fluid ounces. This coating converts the blue light from the chip into white or amber light. Subsequently, the trays go through ovens at around 150 degrees Celsius, where the resin hardens and permanently sets the phosphorus. It is important to clarify that no LED chip naturally produces white light. In reality, the semiconductors used in this technology emit blue light when electrically activated. This phenomenon is directly related to the structure of the semiconductor material and the way electrons release energy when recombining, generating photons of a specific wavelength. The appearance of white light we perceive does not come from the chip itself, but from a layer of phosphorus applied to its surface. This material plays a fundamental role. It absorbs part of the blue light emitted by the chip and re-emits it at other wavelengths, generally in the yellow range. The combination of the original blue light with the light converted by the phosphorus is what the human eye perceives as white light. This chromatic conversion process is one of the pillars of modern LED technology. Thanks to the precise adjustment of the phosphorus composition, manufacturers can control the color temperature, achieving everything from warm tones to cool whites. Thus, an apparently simple physical principle becomes a highly efficient and versatile solution for today's lighting. Next, the fully assembled LED chips move to the encapsulation stage, a crucial process that protects the internal components and defines the optical behavior of the device. In this phase, each chip is coated with a high-purity transparent resin that is injected into specially designed steel molds. These molds not only protect the semiconductor and fine connection wires, but also shape the characteristic lens of the LED, which is responsible for directing and distributing light in a controlled manner. Once filled, the molds are placed into industrial ovens where carefully regulated temperatures are maintained, usually between 120 and 150 degrees Celsius. Under these conditions, the resin undergoes a thermal curing process that causes it to gradually harden. On a molecular level, the material transitions from a liquid state to a solid, transparent structure with high mechanical strength and excellent optical stability. This step ensures that the lens is uniform, free of bubbles, and capable of maintaining its properties over thousands of hours of operation. After completing the curing process, the strips containing multiple LEDs still connected to each other are removed from the molds. At this point, a first visual inspection is carried out to detect any shape defects, resin impurities, or imperfections in the encapsulation. The strips then go through high-precision cutting machines, where blade and punching systems separate each individual LED, maintaining exact dimensions and very strict tolerances. Once separated, each LED undergoes a series of automated electro-optical tests. During these tests, the devices are briefly powered on, and key parameters such as brightness level, light color tone, operating voltage, and color temperature are measured. These values are compared to previously established ranges to ensure that each unit meets the technical specifications. Finally, each LED passes through a classification system known as binning, a key stage to ensure the uniformity of the final product. In this process, the units are grouped according to very specific parameters, such as luminous intensity, color tone, color temperature, and operating voltage. While many LEDs may appear identical to the naked eye, even minimal variations in these characteristics can cause noticeable differences when installed together. Binning ensures that only LEDs with practically identical values are used in the same strip, module, or panel, guaranteeing homogeneous lighting without color shifts or brightness differences. Once classified, the LEDs that meet all the standards move to the final preparation phase. First, they undergo a controlled drying process to eliminate any moisture residue that could affect their performance or lifespan. Then they are sealed in special packages resistant to moisture and electrostatic discharge, designed to protect the components during storage and transportation. Each batch is labeled with detailed information, such as binning data, production number, and manufacturing date, allowing complete traceability throughout the supply chain. From there, the LEDs are sent to factories and assembly centers around the world, where they will be integrated into lamps, displays, billboards, electronic devices, and urban lighting systems. In this way, these tiny chips manufactured with extreme precision become an essential part of everyday life. Their journey demonstrates how modern engineering is capable of transforming almost invisible materials into an efficient, reliable light source present in virtually every corner of the planet.